So there is one major key to success that is a common trait between all successful people, right? And there is one major excuse that we often find in our reasons for failure, okay? So listen up, right? There is no question about the fact that almost every single one of us has failed to achieve some goal that we've set for ourselves at some point in our life. We've all failed. Everyone has failed multiple times in their pursuit of personal success. But the question I pose to you is, what are the reasons that you're giving and that most people are giving as to why they didn't achieve the goals or the tasks or the visions or the dreams that they set for themselves? I tell you what, about 90% of the time, it's something along the lines of, I didn't have the money, I didn't have the time, I didn't have the technology, I didn't have the connections, the right opportunities, the energy, I didn't know enough, blah, right? Those are the excuses. Now, all of these excuses, or all the other ones, they tend to have one thing in common, and that's their claim to missing resources, right? Time, energy, finances, right? Knowledge or wisdom, opportunities, those are resources, okay? This here is the biggest illusion as to why people fail to hit our goals, right? And I use that word illusion specifically, right? Because it's not reality. I use this word because these really are just excuses and stories that we make ourselves believe. A pinnacle belief that helps successful people reach where they are is that they understand it is never a lack of resources which is the main problem. It is their ability to gain the resourcefulness, which is called resourcefulness. How do we access the things that we need? That's resourcefulness, okay? Can we all agree that somewhere in the world, probably even in your city or your town, that somebody has or has access to the exact resource or resources that you need? Somebody has them. So if we can agree on that, we can agree that if you're determined enough, curious enough, confident enough, friendly enough, caring enough, persuasive enough, you can get through to any person. That means you can get any resource you need, right? See, our ability to become resourceful lies in the habit of emotions. Resourcefulness is an emotional state. Whenever we fire off or trigger the right emotional state within ourselves to get in that powerful mindset, we can take action. We then open up an entirely new realm of possibilities to access everything that we need. If being exhausted, frustrated, lazy, bored lies in your emotional pattern, your ability to become successfully resourceful and manifest the things that you need to succeed is going to be terrible compared to the person who's friendly, energized, passionate, excited, grateful for the day, and that determined person. Look, take this example, right? At age 10, you see a kid who wants to buy a brand new bike, and the bike costs $500. After begging his parents for the money and consistently being told no, he remains committed to getting his bike. He decides to pick up the phone and call his other family members. Lucky enough, he receives $100 from grandma. Not knowing what else to do, yet still committed to getting the bike, he does what every other kid does, and he sets up his lemonade stand. Hooray, another $20. He then decides to go knocking on doors in the neighborhood, stating his claim to buy the new bike. At the end of the week, from door knocking from his business, he's gained another $80. So there's $200 to go. The following week, he decides to sell some of his old toys at a garage sale, $60. Next, he offers the neighborhood dog owners to walk their dogs for $20 per morning. There's another $100. Now finally, after raising $360, his parents decide they will help him fund the rest, and the boy lives happily ever after, riding his new bike everywhere he goes. Right, we've all heard stories like this, but think about a kid at that age. You know, he didn't have the resources, but there were other people within him or around him somewhere that had the resources, and he was motivated enough, he was committed enough to get his bike. So that example, we can all apply to our lives, right? We have to be the ones responsible for getting access to what it is that we need, right? In chapter 7 of my book, the whole chapter is about communication, because I think communication is the biggest asset we have in 7 billion people. How well are we able to reach and persuade and influence and connect, truly connect with these people, okay? Much love, have an awesome start to your week, guys. Speak soon.